This is Florida Natural Farming at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, and I was just admiring this Bromeliads. Smells so good. It's one of my favorite plants. I grow two types. I grow the giant white one, and then I grow one called DS Chercheur Dior by a French breeder. It's kind of a apricot yellow triple. It's gorgeous. It smells really good. So I'm just looking at these aroids because I'm obsessed. They're my great plant love at the moment. And I like them all, but I was just really admiring the velvet leaf anthuriums. Of course, that's these are philodendrons down here. The cuttings seem to be doing quite well out in the orchard. There's a new leaf forming on this Anthurium regali. Velvet leafed anthurium. A queen anthurium. Probably one of my top 3 favorite anthuriums. Cyrenoi. Bromeliads. Here's our newest, Anthurium luterii. Supposedly a hard one to grow. I think people have trouble with them because they don't grow them naturally. One of my liked videos I watched today, plants go, or anyway, it's in my liked videos. It's from India, and he uses potting soil, and he puts zebu manure, cow manure in it, cow dung, which I'm sure they'd probably grow totally fine with in pure aged zebu manure, I would bet. When you grow them naturally, they're able to adjust their environment to handle stress, much like the plants that are growing naturally for food here. When plants aren't grown naturally, they struggle and are not able to deal with humidity changes, pest issues, temperature issues, temperature changes. Because of the unnatural way they're being grown. I mean, it's really just common sense. Most of it is just common sense. They obviously do well in our biodynamic compost. I mean, everything does. I got to start calling it organic compost because I'm not going to renew I've decided my biodynamic certification. I just can't. I just don't see a reason why I should continue it. So I'll stay organic certified. So I'm going to go out and look at our mangoes. I'm going to give a 2022 mango update. I watched the 2-month-old video I did on crop projection for our mangoes. So I'm going to check out our mangoes, some other stuff, and see if it's the same. I don't think it is. It's close, but it's Shelly, are you trying to eat my bunnies? Please just focus on the rats, lady. Before I could do that, I'm just gonna check out some of these plants, talk a little bit about Bromeliads, because there's been a few people that have been interested in Bromeliads, so I figured I'd try to do a quick talk about those before I do the mangoes. I love egg fruit, and it looks like we're gonna have quite a bit of it, egg fruit, this year. We're a 6-year-old organic certified farm, rare tropical fruit trees, but we grow a lot of other plants, landscaping plants. And look at those achachas. Yeah, you can see them, baby. They're getting big. So we started the farm was for the achacha, and I see achacha fruits in the trees, and I see some freaking passion fruits climbing through my achacha tree, so I need to take care of that. Yay. Still a drought here. It's, for some reason, the rains never came, and I'm sure it'll be any day now, but it seems awful green and lush, and the gingers and stuff. This is a torch ginger, and this is a rare ginger, Aechmea rugosa. It's got these ruffled leaves, but it seems okay with not getting any water. Looks like it has a little bit of stress, but I would just like it to start raining, green everything up, and get fruit to start setting on our trees for the summer, like our sugar apples and some of our other trees. So this is I pretty much grow Aechmea, large Bromeliads, and I divide them a lot because they will kill other plants when they're little. They killed one of my tree aloes, which made me sick that I didn't stay on top of it. So I like to intercrop different plants with Bromeliads, like Encephalartos. So this is Blanchetiana, and this is one called Red Candle. It's a very nice one. And this is one that was growing at our beach house I just found in the woods, and that's some other one. And this is that white one, but I mostly focus on these big ones. This is the largest Aechmea that gets like, I don't know, 5 feet, turns bright red when it blooms. Doesn't look very good because I took a bunch of pups off of it. I take the pups off all these because I have little Encephalartos growing inside with this stuff. So right there in the center, I see one of my tiny little palm trees growing. So I'm not sure what this green one is, but it's got purple flowers. It's just green. And then I'm not sure which this one is. It's got stripes. That one's Pinot Noir. But they're all Aechmea Bromeluads. They're pretty. They have thorns on them. They're nasty thorns, which will cut you, but if you pay attention, you just divide them when they're small and wear gloves. You don't have to worry about it. Oh, and then there's another one that's kind of flesh colored, I guess, right there. I probably should have looked the names up before I did it. Oh, and then there's one, like, very bronze one. I don't know why I want to call that San Pedro, but I'm not sure. But they come in all different colors, sizes. Try to get the big ones to compete with all these weeds. So we grow everything naturally, and we let the weeds stay in there. And there's another Encephalardus right there. Horridus, I think. And there was one that this palm tree just barely missed. And I'm like, I thought there was one planted in here. And yes, there is. It's right there. Horridus again. So the aroids are doing just fine. I believe that's Monstera obliqua, without being watered. Some of them look like they're struggling a little bit, but they haven't been watered, and they've been in the ground a few weeks now. So I did not water them when I planted them. I just plopped their whole pot of soil, biodynamic compost we're growing in, and popped them right in the ground. This is one of our fruiting quamuck trees that has some flowers on it that look like they're going to probably set fruit, some of them, maybe. But I think it's kind of waiting for the rainy season to begin, which usually starts right around now, April sometime, end of April, beginning to the end. It's looking good. This I do water this Licula palm. That gets watered because I want seeds off this thing. It's my favorite palm. Got another one over there, but I need seeds. So I have a lot of other stuff growing down here. Lots of calatheas. What is that one called? Oh, orbifolia. And I like the big giant solid green leaf one with the green flowers. They seem okay dealing with the drought stress. I don't know, I think I have about 7 different types of calatheas. Not sure. I'm not like overboard on them. I just want to grow them so I can divide them. That one has some weird name like rattlesnake, or I don't know. Not something I would name a plant, but turmeric's coming up even without water, but a lot of it hasn't started coming up yet. It kind of waits for the water. Look at this thing. I gotta get rid of this plastic container here. Get rid of it. It's a beautiful orchid. These orchids do just fine without ever being fertilized or watered. Here's a Vanda orchid that's just getting ready to open up. No water required. Florida is amazing. Here's one of those aroids that I planted here. This is May. It's got new leaves on it just from a cutting. So this is a Aechmea Bromeluads with paddle leaf foliage. It's quite nice. Good looking plant. You don't see any very much. Okay, off to the mangoes. It's enough of the... So we have mangoes that are like blooming right now, and we got lots of trees that don't have any fruit on them, more so than last year. And then we got, we lost a lot of trees from the freeze this year. And a lot of the trees got hit by the freeze when they had blooms on them. And then they rebloomed, and they didn't set any fruit. And now some of them are starting to bloom again. So we got had a very tiny first crop. And this is a peach cobbler mango. And we're gonna have we'll see, a second crop. The first crop was not anything you're gonna be able to get rich on or make yourself sick on. It's the 2 years in the ground, so these mangoes. This one produced fruit last year. This one has fruit on it. That Juliet has fruit on it. This has fruit on it. Not a lot. Coconut cream. I thought it was maybe trying to flower again, but small, tiny little crop for that tree. That tree has been in the ground for 5 years now. The lychees, some of our lychees are just now starting to flower. In fact, they're going to be flowering in May and June, which is very bizarre. Very bizarre. It's been a bizarre year. And then some of our lychees have fruit on them that are almost ripe. Some are ripening early from the drought stress. So this little sweet tart tree gave us a small first crop. The creatures got most of it, and then it's got a few still on there, and then it's got a second crop. This fruit punch gave us a first crop. The creatures got most of them. I picked the rest of them, but this is not a very old tree. It's I think this tree is 4 years in the ground. But I can't sell any of this fruit. There's really not that much to sell back here yet. Fruit sales gives me just stress, just thinking about the whole thing. Just it's like I keep hoping I'll get to like it. but I don't see that happening. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll figure it out when the fruit comes. I guess I could donate it to a church or something. Homeless shelter. Who knows? So this Philodendron tree is like, see all that fruit on it? It's got 2 crops on it. It's got the big fruit there, then it's got little fruit, a lot of little fruit. It's not a very big tree. This tree has a few second crop fruit on it. This tree only has 1. No, it's got 3 fruit on it. This tree has some fruit on it. When these low-hanging fruit and you have the grass up like this, raccoons and stuff don't see it, which is a good thing around here because we got a lot of possums and raccoons, squirrels and stuff. Not that many squirrels. It's a Untitled tree. So we got a small first crop. These look like 2 months away to me, these small fruit. Small first crop off this tree of Untitled. And now it's got some fruit, and then it's got flowers on it. So we got 3 blooms off this particular tree, which that's kind of cool. Here's that hedge that I'm like in the process of removing. All these orchids. I took it down. It was like 12 feet tall. I took it down, and that's what all that dead stuff is. It hasn't decomposed yet, but it's getting close. But still got a lot of orchids in it. But I have to propagate more plants because I don't want it all exposed to the road here on this side. So I'll have to keep maintaining that nasty hedge. It's just hideous. Until I divide some more heliconias and get some more plumerias. So here's a 2-year-old buttercream mango that had a lot of fruit on it, but it all dropped. I think that the freeze affected the trees. The 2 days of freeze. The rabbit and the cat. Be careful, little bunny. Cat lady's looking for you, I think. Do I want to go down there? No, I already looked at those mangoes that have that were the orange sherbet mangoes. So I'll just start walking down the path and go to the mangoes in the back, see what they're doing. Looks very green here, considering this is a drought. Green and lush. I think the weeds look pretty with the ornamental plants. I don't know, I've come to really like it. Some people only like to grow food crops, and I like to grow mixed, but I'm very picky about what plants and what food crops I'll grow. I like the big sweetened fruit stuff. But I think I need to be more accepting of all the other fruit trees, and vice versa. People that just grow food crops need to be more open to planting the other stuff. Heliconias are highly medicinal and are considered a food crop. The gingers, of course, are all edible. So I think it's we need to have all the plants, as much diversity as possible. People think that I just have money to burn doing this, but this form of farming is based on Indian zero-budget natural farming. It doesn't cost anything. It's just me doing it. It's my yard. My yard's 10 acres, but it's my yard. This torch ginger is finally doing good. I just transplanted that this year, this winter during the drought. This Melanochrysum grew a new leaf, Melanochrysum cutting. So can't wait to see that grow up this palm tree. And I know that orchids like to feed on, attach themselves to aroids, so they should help the aroids, or the orchids. Once the plants get up there. This is that Philodendron Maximus, and that's a new leaf, and it looks like it's got another new leaf starting. It's quite amazing that it's like you don't have to water anything here. That's just, I just am blown away by that. This is Philodendron Maximus. Looks quite healthy. I notice my cuttings do better than the nursery bought plants. The philodendrons, when I plant them out in the orchard floor. Of course, because they were started correctly. The nurseries, they use the slow release fertilizer, which most of it's made from sewage sludge. Yeah, we use manure, but our manure contains life. It's not some man-made product that's killed life and is full of PFASs. It's full of life. Our manure is full of life. There's a little kumquat citrus. These are rose apples. That's cassava, of course. This ginger looks like it's stressing from the drought a little bit. But everything around it is fine. Achachas. I'm gonna grab a couple of these Garcinia fruits before I head back there. Looks very green and lush still. Citrus. I have some jackfruit seedlings and some starfruit seedlings. Well, this looks like passion fruit, and that looks like starfruit. And this is an achacha. This is a Eugenia calycina, I think, the black one. I think that's calycina, I don't know. You know what it is probably more than I do. Look at all this fruit on here. I like this lemon drop mangosteen, the Gardneriana. And I made tea out of the skin with some citrus, some achacha leaves. Boy, I had some weird dreams drinking it. These mulberries are just the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, mangoes, mango madness. Seems to be a lot less brown since the video I did 2 months ago on the mango projections for 2022. Other than the stuff that, you know, froze and died. This jackfruit, part of it froze, part of it didn't. It had fruit on it when it froze, so it was the first time it fruited. I was kind of bummed. This jackfruit, nothing. No freeze, nothing. This looks big enough to produce fruit if it would rain. It's an orange crush. I'm gonna prune this palm tree, so it looks like it could have the potential to take out mangoes if it blew back and forth. There's quite a bit of fruit on this tree. It's a Malika tree, isn't it? This tree, I thought it had fruit on it, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, there's fruit on it. Not very much, but this tree has only been in the ground 2 years, and it's Kizar, which is a very good mango, Indian mango. Oh, there's fruit on this side. Yeah, 4 fruit. I'm happy with 4 fruit on a tree that size. That's plenty. This mango got fried from the cold, but it's coming back fine. I was kind of surprised that happened. This Namdak Mai, in particular Namdak Mai, did not produce any fruit, but it looks totally healthy. And this Phloragon tree is kind of covered in fruit. All this little fruit looks like it's 2 months out. Because it was the flowers from that video from 2 months ago. This is our little, or one of our custard apple trees. It's finally losing its leaves from last year and putting out new growth. Probably would like some rain. I like custard apples. I like Aechmeas more. We have Aechmea fruit set, so we usually get some good Aechmeas. I had to grow out the trees and do the fruit from them. So I had called these mangoes in one of my videos, these jackfruit trees. That's a seedling jackfruit. This is a fruit producing jackfruit. No flowers that I can see or smell. This is a seed jackfruit. There's lots of little stuff through here. This is the citrus that I just planted like a couple months ago. Maybe a month ago. You know, never watered, just put in the ground. And it does fine. I just am surprised that we don't know how to grow citrus in Florida. Well, I do, but it just goes back to the natural growing, when nature grows your trees for you, they have the ability to withstand pest pressure. But when you are growing in unnatural conditions and have killed all the life in and around the soil, then that's not a natural condition for Florida. And if you're driving all over your orchard floor to mow it, you wind up with compaction, so your pH and your water can't move through the soil, so you just wind up with a toxic sludge that's not conducive for plant health. It's just like the growing houseplants with sewage sludge, slow release fertilizer. Oh. You're growing your plants in the ground the same way for food. We eat all those nutrients, all those nasty nutrients, and the only way to get the healthy ones is with the natural system. So a plant and human and earth beneficial system. That's what nature creates. Is that a citrus tree there? That one there? There's a lot of achachas and other things. Mangoes, little seed mangoes from last year. They're all coming up. Here's our lychees. I got a ways to go. It's really hard to grow lychees if you have and you dry farm them. Unless you take care of the soil. It's been really hard to take care of the soil here. You can tell where the soil's bad. Look at that lychee. Look at the weeds that grew there in 3 years. Nil. That's how you identify bad soil areas. This is a jackfruit that is a J31. It's fruited. It's flowered last year, so it should produce some fruit this year, I would think. This is a sweet tart mango, and it's got quite a bit of fruit on it. There's a lychee tree that is dropping fruit, probably from drought, would be my guess. Same with this one. It's okay. I like to experiment and share. So this is what's Death Alley back here for mangoes, and it doesn't seem like any of these mangoes in here put on any fruit. So of course all these dead trees that's from the freeze. That's what happened. Surely there's some mangoes in here, but yeah, was quite a bit that froze. These were all buttercream mangoes. But some of them made it. Coconut cream mango is okay. I just don't see any fruit on any of these trees. But I'm just surprised that all of them didn't wind up frozen like the, I don't know, the handful of them that did. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trees got froze. And these are sweetheart trees. These are big cotton candy trees that still have burn damage on them. Well, this is a sweetheart, but that was a cotton candy. Here's my little cow people. Cows in the woods. Pepsi. Where's my little angel? There she is. Hey girl. Pepsi. There you go. Hi honey. You're so beautiful. Little princess. Have a good day. I'd rather be in the barn, being hand-fed hay. All these mangoes are kind of small. Anyway, these were all like 2 years in the ground, but they all survived. These ones that are smaller, this was like the worst standing water area right through here, where these mangoes are really small, but that got fixed. I fixed it by burying the horn in there, so we'd had no standing water for the first time. You people in Florida know what I'm talking about when I say standing water. Standing water in your lawn. It's like hot bath water. There's my little cow children. Somebody's in heat, I think. Can't even see the bowl, it's so tiny. There it is. Oh, Midnight, you're such a fool. Happy cows. It's got a big hump though. It's amazing how sweet they are. Yep. Those are the cows. It does look greener back here. So this are these fruit punch mangoes that hadn't done anything since the freeze and look like they're just swelling now. Sure would be nice if they like pushed out bloom, but something tells me it's just going to be growth. It's probably better that they just grow. This one's not doing anything, just fat. I see the little seed mangoes that I thought died. Just lost their leaves and are fine. Fruit punch. Fruit punch. Okay, here's one with new growth coming out. Is it flower? No, it's just leaf. This is all from the freeze. Fruit punch, fruit punch. These are the Valkyries, and they got hit kind of hard, but this is all new growth. I thought it was going to be flower, but it's better that it was new growth. Same with this one. No fruit, but these are just 2 years in the ground from tiny little 3 gallons, so that's quite okay. A little bit of brown left, but there's a lot of green in here. And we got lots of grass. This mango froze, obviously, on our pastures. And nobody else around here does. We do rotational grazing. So, I mean, look at all that grass in there. But they mow their fields too, so. I mow them like December. It's like, excuse me, but that's all your cover you need to get through the winter. And maybe you should wait if you're gonna mow till after the rains or right before the rains start. But they mow them all the time. So this is a cotton candy mango that got a little bit of freeze, but that's a new growth. So they're growing. That's probably better than flowers for me. And, oh, that big, huge owl. Got all the crows upset. So I see some cotton candy mangoes still on this tree back here. But none on this, none on this, none on this. And I'm not sure if that big ice cream tree back here has fruit on it, but I'm pretty sure that it does. This ice cream, no. This was a pina colada that froze. All the pina coladas, they're tiny little trees, and they just were too close to the orchard floor. They weren't big enough. So there's an ice cream tree that gave us, I thought, 3 crops last year, and it got hit hard by the freeze, but it's okay. That Valencia Pride, you know, the biggest tree, is covered with fruit. And the one behind it is too. And this little cherry tree, it's done, it's on its starting a third bloom, and I thought I saw, yeah, one little fruit up there. And there's the bloom, it's just starting. Yeah, it definitely looks greener than the last projection video. I don't know what to think of this mango. I don't think it's going to be a huge mango sale year. I probably have to revise my projection. There's a measly piece of fruit on that cherry. And I thought I saw some on this and this, but I'm not going to go in there and look. That's an ice cream back there that had fruit on it. This little ice cream tree got hit too hard. It's got new growth coming out, so it's just growing. Yeah, I see some fruit. Is it? No. I don't know. I have to go look in there at that tree. Cherry's not really one of my favorites. It's okay, but I wouldn't plant it again. I know that. This Lancetilla has lots of fruit on it. It's pretty fruit. Big, huge fruits. Little tree. Just got hit a little bit by the freeze. I'm not really understanding how that whole freeze thing, why some trees just didn't even get hit, and then 10 feet away it's just completely destroyed. And it's got to be because of the compaction in the soil. That's the only thing I can think of why that is. So I saw some of the little cashew seedlings coming back. I'm not sure which tree this is. This is a sweet tart tree that just hasn't done a thing since last summer. It's not even beginning to. I think it wants some rain. And this big peach cobbler tree I thought was gonna have fruit on it, but it has none. There's like some fruit on the lemon zest. But this tree, none. I know there's some fruit on some of these mangoes over there, way over there. But yeah, not the best of years here for mangoes, but we'll have some fruit. Plenty of fruit. Anyway, this is Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, Florida Natural Farming. I hope you have a good day.